Yesterday was the Gander Outdoors 400 at Pocono. Quick up to speed kind of thing. Chase Elliott won stage 1 for his second stage win of the year. Kevin Harvick won stage 2. He now has 33 playoff points. So whatever 6 times 5 is, that's 30. So he has 3 stage wins, maybe? I probably got that wrong. Kyle Busch won the race. So, with that being said, got some topics I'm going to talk about today, which you probably saw in the thumbnail with all the random pictures on there. Some of the things we're going to cover today are Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch still cheating, Bubba Wallace's crash, Daniel Suarez and the youth movement, I guess, Martin Truex Jr. struggles today, and Hendrick's improvements. So, those are some of the topics we're going to hit on today. And let's just start off by getting into the race itself. Bubba Wallace, 5 or 6 laps to go. He lost his brakes. He said the lap before he was having to, I can't remember what the word's called. I think he was pump. Yeah, pump. He had to pump the brakes because they weren't working too well because he said he pressed it and just went to the floor. So he said he was going into one and he hit the brake at the start-finish line and it just went to the floor. Tried to pump it. It didn't work. So he said he should have just went up into the wall and just ran against the wall. But he turned down left to go down track to try to swerve it. It didn't work too well. He went through the grass and he freaking killed the wall. I honestly thought he was hurt when I first saw that hit. He hit so freaking hard. Go look up the replay. Like, it's brutal. It was a hard crash. He was definitely got the breath knocked out of him. It took him a while to get out of the car. Safety crew's all concerned about him. They're like, you didn't get your window net down fast enough. He's like, yeah, because I just got the freaking breath knocked out of me by hitting the wall at 200 miles an hour. What do you expect? So he's definitely, it's 12 o'clock over on the East Coast, and I guarantee you he is not still out of bed. He's probably still so sore. But, yeah. Suarez, he had a good race. He started on pole, led a lot of laps, and he did really good. He did really good. The youth people, the young drivers, let's see here. In the top 10, we had Daniel Suarez, Alex Bowman, Eric Jones, William Byron, Chase Elliott. All those guys finished in the top 10. Good days for them. Ryan Blaney at 12th, Austin Dillon 13th, and after that, it doesn't really matter. But Suarez led a lot of laps today. Jones led some laps. Byron even led some laps. He had a really fast car. Even Chase Elliott, he won a stage and led some laps. So the young guys did really good this weekend. I don't mean to bring any feud up or anything, but people talking about it a lot, so I have to talk about it by default. So youth people, they did good. Kyle Busch isn't really that old, but, he won, so 6 wins in the season for him. So we got Kyle Busch with 6 wins, Kevin Harvick with 6 wins. That means at this rate, Martin Truex Jr. will win next week, and we're about to get to him more. Martin Truex Jr. just had a bad day. I don't think he led any laps. He didn't get any stage points at all, and he finished 15th. So the 78 falls behind a little bit in the big 3 because Kyle Busch won, obviously. Kevin Harvick won a stage. So they both did good in getting points because those 3 are in contention for the 15 playoff points for the most points in the regular season. The regular season winner gets 15 playoff points, and second place gets like 10 or 9 or something like that. So he fell out of the battle a little bit. Finishing 15th with no stage points is going to hurt him a lot. I don't know how much it dropped him points-wise, but it definitely hurts him. We're going to get a bubble watch at the end of this video. Not a Bubba watch isn't Bubba Wallace, but a bubble watch. So, Truex, just a rough race for him. He didn't crash or anything, but he just didn't have a great car. He didn't qualify well. He got lucky that everyone was cheating, so he moved up to 8th, but nothing went his way this weekend. So the winner of the June race just had a rough weekend this week. Before we get to the bubble watch, I'm gonna talk about Hendrick Motorsports and just give you the race results, and then we'll get into the bubble watch. So here we go. Hendrick Motorsports, they've had a rough year. Chase Elliott just passed Jimmy Johnson in points to put him as the highest points person for Hendrick Motorsports. He's 12th in points. Johnson is 13th, Bowman 15th, and William Byron sits 21st in points. Very rough year for them. So William Byron got, I think, his second top 10 of the year, his best career finish so far. He had a really good race. He led 10 laps. He just had a really good overall race. He had a great car. He had to be sent to the back, so he started 38th because of it was based by points. All those guys that got sent to the back because of their time got zeroed. So, just going to get into some random numbers about Hendrick Motorsports, but shows that they're improving. So, this season, starting off, let's start off with Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott, this year, he's been struggling. They've usually been a 10th to 15th place car, so, that's not Hendrick Motorsports. That's not the Hendrick Motorsports back when Jeff Gordon was winning championships, back when Jimmy Johnson was winning championships. I mean, this is a different Hendrick Motorsports. They're struggling right now. The new Camaro has not treated them very well. But Chase Elliott, the last 2 weeks, each week the most points you can win, stage points you can win is 20. You can win both stages, you get 20 points. Chase Elliott's got 19 stage points. In New Hampshire he got 19, and in Pocono he got 19. So he got 38 of the most possible 40 points. That's pretty freaking good. And considering 2 of those were stage wins, that's not bad at all. So before it took them 20 races to get their first stage win, and they won their second one the next week. That's pretty good for them. That's a definite sign of improvement. And it's not just like they lucked out with 2 to go on the stage and they decided to stay out. These were legit passes for the leads against good cars. In New Hampshire, Elliott passed Martin Truex Jr., who has 4 wins this season and is the defending champion. He passed him for the lead to take the stage win. And then this week, he passed a JGR car, Denny Hamlin, to get the stage win. So, with that being said, Hendrick Motorsports, it's looking up for them. Can Chase Elliott win? The momentum's going their way right now. That team is getting some momentum. They would have had a top 5 if it wasn't for a late kind of get loose with 2 to go. I think he just got the air sucked around him. He was running 4th or 5th at the time. He just lost the car and he saved it, but he ended up finishing 7th. So could have finished better, but it's not his fault. He just got the car sucked around just the position he was in. So he had a really good day. William Byron also had a really good day, finished 6th, and Alex Bowman ended up 3rd. So really good day for Hendrick overall. But moving on to this. So this season has been really rough. The team itself, all 4 drivers, Jimmy Johnson, Alex Bowman, William Byron, Chase Elliott, they've only led 191 laps as a team. The last 4 races, Daytona, Kentucky, New Hampshire, and Pocono, they've led 85. So do the math, that's 106 in the first, so it's 21 races. In the first 16 races, they led 106 laps. They've led 85 in the last 4. That's pretty good. Last 2 races, they've led 47. I mean, obviously, you got your Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick leading 90 laps a race or whatever. But, I mean, that's still improving considering how dominant those 3 are and how many laps they're leading. So definitely improving, which is a good sign. They're showing speed. They're getting the results. I mean, they're getting stage wins now. They're getting stage points, which is huge. So I like the direction Hendrick Motorsports is going into the playoffs. Next week is Watkins Glen. Jimmy Johnson's never won there. None of the guys on this team have won there. It's a great opportunity. It's a wild card race, but I don't know. Chase Elliott in Sonoma, he showed signs that he just never shown before at a road course, and he got a top 5 and did great in stages. So you never know. But yeah. So what else was I going to talk about? What else? The race results. Kyle Busch won. Daniel Suarez, great day for him. The youth movement, as I said earlier, a few guys in the top 10. So you got Suarez in 2nd. Bowman finished 3rd. Great finish for him in that ugly car. Harvick got 4th. That's why he didn't win, because Delana blocked me. That's why he didn't win. I'm just kidding. Eric Jones got 5th. William Byron 6th. Chase Elliott 7th. Ryan Newman 8th. Kurt Busch 9th. Denny Hamlin 10th. Clint Boyer 11th. Ryan Blaney 12th, Austin Dillon 13th, AJ Allmendinger 14th, Mark Truex Jr. 15th, Michael McDowell 16th, Jimmy Johnson 17th, Matt Kenseth 18th, He's about to pass Trevor Bayne in points, which is a little sad considering he's run much less races than him. David Reagan 19th, Jamie McMurray 20th, Paul Menard 21st, Ricky Stenhouse 22nd, 23rd was Kyle Larson, which was my race pick, and I'm very disappointed in him. 24th was Ty Dillon, 25th Eric Almirola, 26th Joey Logano, 27th Matt DiBurrito. Matt DiBurrito and Eric Almirola got into it. Go look that up. They freaking almost fought each other. J.J. Yaley, Jeffrey Earnhardt, Casey Kane, Kyle Weatherman, Reed Sorensen, Bubba Wallace after that vicious crash finished 33rd. Landon Castle, Ross Chastain, my boy Timmy Hill finished 36th. Chris Buescher 37th. 38th was Brad Keselowski. He had a crash. He blew a tire and crashed. 39th, Corey LaJoie, and 40th, BJ McLeod. So, yeah. I just remember my race preview. I did that thing with Kyle Busch. I said, you thought I was going to pick Kyle Busch? Looks like I should have picked Kyle Busch. I immediately regret my decision. But random fact of the day, Matt Kenseth has run half the amount of races Trevor Bayne has run. He's only run 7. Trevor Bayne's run 14. And he is basically caught up to him. And, well, not caught up, but he's only 77 points behind him. It's a little sad, Trevor Bayne. Matt Kenseth's a champion and all, but, man, Trevor Bayne's getting exposed. Bubble Watch. Here we go. So I did this based on a scale of 1 to 10 of how safe you are. 10 being the most safe, 1 being you're pretty desperate, and 0 to negatives being you need to win. So, who is safe? With a 10 rating, on a scale of 1 to 10, with the 10, I got all the winners. So you got Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, Clint Boyer, Eric Jones, and Austin Dillon are your winners this season. Let me pull this up because I'm dumb and didn't pull this up before. Those are your 7 winners. And then I also have Kurt, unless something catastrophic happens and they get hurt. Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney. Those guys are pretty safe on points. Kurt Busch has a huge cushion, 237 points. Keselowski 204. Larson 186. Hamlin 178 and Blaney 172. So those are your 10. So on a 6 to 8 rating, I'd give pretty safe. I called that pretty safe. 6 to 8. Eric Almirola, Chase Elliott, and Jimmy Johnson. Almirola has 1 stage point because he's got 1 stage win. And he also has a 147-point cushion, which could shrink depending on how Stenhouse Menard do. Elliott has a 129. He's been building that up the last 2 weeks with the 38 stage points out of 40. He also has 2 stage wins, which helps a lot. And so Jimmy Johnson has a 107. I almost put him in the maybe, but I was like, it's Jimmy Johnson. If I put him in the maybe, he's going to win next week. So he might. I don't know. So in the 4 to 5, which is the maybe category, there's one guy. Alex Bowman. 56-point advantage. That could shrink very suddenly. So he's almost in the danger zone, but if he keeps up what he's been doing, then he'll be fine. And on the 0 to 2 scale, which means you need points or you need to win, on the maximum, which is a 2, I put Paul Menard. Paul Menard's been showing speed. They've been getting some pretty good finishes. They have a stage win. 56 points out. Yeah, I like them. On the 1, I put Ricky Stenhouse Jr. They have not been performing great. They have a couple stage wins at Daytona. They've underperformed this year. 56 points out as well. That's why I put them at 1 because they haven't been doing as good as Menard in my opinion. And then at the 0 to negative infinity is everyone else. So that would include Daniel Suarez, Ryan Newman, Matt Kenseth all the way back there 33rd in points. Matt DiBenedetto back there at 30th in points. AJ Allmendinger, he's got a great shot coming up to Watkins Glen. And literally everyone else that's in cut points. That's all I have for today. That's my race recap. Some nice news topics or whatever you want to call it. Some bubble updates. And thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share. That would be muy bueno. Thank you again for watching. Yeah, I'll get back to you tomorrow at some point.